Hey, 8th graders. So in this lesson, this is lesson 14, I think, for the week of October 7th through October 13th. So in this lesson, we're going to go and look at how we can create nouns by adding suffixes. So in class, we've been doing what are called analogies, where we look at patterns where, for example, if I have the word hero and I say, and I add an IC, I get heroic. And then if I have the word magnet and I add IC, I get the word magnetic. So I turn a noun into an adjective. So in the next slide, you're going to see a series of the analogies that we did in class. And then the last page, you're going to be creating some nouns of your own by adding suffixes. Because when we study parts of speech, it's important to know first not only what a word does in a sentence, but how you can tell if a word is a noun or a verb or an adjective or an adverb or something like that. And in this unit, we're really going to be kind of memorizing the different suffixes, what they do, and what part of speech they represent. So these are called analogies. And an analogy is when you take a word pair that has a relationship and you complete a second word pair that has the same relationship. So in the first pair, and it's read this way, hero is to heroic as poet is to blank. So hero is a noun. By adding the suffix IC, I've created an adjective. So my relationship is taking a root word that is a noun, adding the suffix IC to create an adjective. So that's my relationship. Noun is to adjective as noun is to adjective. So to complete this analogy, we would say hero is to heroic as poet is to poetic. So what you can see is the first word is the root word, and it's a noun. By adding the suffix IC, I create an adjective. So let's look at the next one. Hero is to heroism as magnet is to blank. So again, here's my first word pair. Hero is a noun. Heroism is also a noun, but the difference is hero is a concrete noun because it's a person. It has physical existence. Heroism is the deed that the hero does to become a hero. And in this particular analogy, we are going to be adding the suffix ISM. So, hero is to heroism as magnet is to magnetism. In this case, magnet is a noun, and it's concrete because it has physical presence. A magnet is a thing. Magnetism is the state of being magnetic. So ISM is a suffix that creates nouns, but it creates abstract nouns. So it's an abstract noun. So is heroism. It's an abstract noun. Okay, next we have magnet, again, is to magnetize as crystal is to blank. So in this one, magnet is a noun. If I add the suffix IZE to magnet, I get a verb. So a noun plus the suffix IZE will give me a verb. So my complete analogy would be magnet is to magnetize as crystal is to crystallize. So a crystal is a noun. If you crystallize something, that's an action, therefore it's a verb. You'll notice in all of these analogies, the first word in the pair is going to be a noun. And if I add suffixes to a noun, I can change its part of speech. So the next pair, we have beauty is to beautiful as grace is to blank. So beauty is an abstract noun. We know what it looks like, but beauty itself does not have physical existence. So beauty is to beautiful. I've added the suffix FUL, and that makes it an adjective. So something is beautiful. So beauty is to beautiful as grace is to graceful. And again, grace is an abstract noun. You can't see it. It doesn't have physical existence. But graceful is an adjective describing someone or something with grace. And our last one, respect, again, is an abstract noun. And the pair for that one, respect and respectable, we've added the suffix able to respect, and I get an adjective. So respect is to respectable as comfort, which is again an abstract noun, is to comfortable, which is again an adjective. Those are comfortable shoes. So an analogy is when you take a word pair, two words that have some relationship, and then you come up with a matching relationship in another word pair. So we've been doing these in class every day. We'll be adding them to your remote learning next week. But for this week, I just wanted to introduce the notion that if you start with a part of speech like hero or magnet or beauty or respect, those are nouns, and you add certain suffixes to those roots, then you will change the part of speech, or you'll change the kind of part of speech that you started with. So what we're going to look at here are the types of suffixes that you would create to create nouns. So in the first one we have educate plus shun, and you'll notice sometimes you have to drop an E or change a Y to I, but those are common changes in our English language. So in our first one we have educate plus shun. I get education, and education is an abstract noun because it doesn't have physical existence. Education is not necessarily a school. It's this concept of learning. Declare plus shun gives you a declaration, which is some outward expression of your thoughts and feelings. Another common suffix you'll see is ity. If I take extreme and I add ity, I get extremity. If I take valid plus ity, I get validity. And then the last, there are many more, but these are just some of the more common ones. We have the suffix ness. Heavy plus ness is heaviness. Sick plus ness is sickness. So the last thing I want to talk about on this particular page is what we start with in the root, and by adding the suffix, how we get a noun. So the word educate is a verb. It's something that you can do. It comes from the root duct, meaning to lead. To educate is to lead. So it comes from the ancient Latin duct, meaning to lead. Educate is a verb. If I add shun, I get an abstract noun. Declare is also a verb. I can declare my opinion. If I add shun, I get a noun. And typically it's an abstract noun because declarations don't have physical existence. Next, extreme, our ity words. Extreme is an adjective. There was extreme heat this summer, and extreme would be describing the heat. But if I add ity, I get an abstract noun. Many of these suffixes that we add to other words will give us abstract nouns. Valid is an adjective, like you have a valid argument. So if I take the word valid and I add ity, I get the abstract noun validity. Like there is a lot of validity to your argument. Okay, next we have heavy, which is again an adjective. The elephant is heavy. If I add ness, then I get again an abstract noun. With heaviness in her heart, Mary moved to Chicago. Next, again, sick. I feel sick. Sick is an adjective describing how you feel. But if I add ness, Then I get the abstract noun sickness. There was a lot of sickness going around the school this week. So suffixes change words to all parts of speech, but the ones on this particular page are common ones that change words into abstract nouns. And we'll look at a few more as we go on.